Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And in today's video, I want to talk about the portal. Now, what exactly do I mean? Well, there's some characters in here in the fusion window that some people may be a bit confused about, especially if you're a new player, and how much of a priority this is for you and your account. There's also some characters in the fragment summons. I want to kind of go through this entire list and kind of explain how you get some of this stuff, especially as a new. I realize that I haven't really covered this kind of stuff as a new player account, in terms of, how you even get some of these things and whether or not they're worth chasing. So, before we get started, though, I do want to remind people, of course, that if you haven't started playing Raid Shadow Legends yet, are you living under a rock? Download using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen or in the description down below. There's a link there to get yourself a free Legendary Eleneral and 2 free Epics, Tagore and Ugo at account level 15 and 30 that are going to be absolutely amazing for your progress. And also Supreme Gallic, you can pick him up still by plugging in the promo code Supreme6 within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. So that's 2 Legendaries and 2 Epics to start yourself off. So let's get started, right? Let's talk about some of these things. So first of all, I do want to talk about the portal again. I want to talk about the fusion. I want to start from the bottom up, though. So first of all, we're going to talk about Relic Keeper. Like, why is this important? These things are all related to the Arbiter mission line. Particularly, the first thing that you're going to run into is going to be Justiciar. I think that's it here. So there's 2 ways you can get him. You can either just pull him randomly through a Void Shard. That's possible as well, actually. Or what you can do is you can get these 4 characters down here that are available free to play that you can farm. War Maiden, a Diabolist, Spirit Host, which I don't actually have another copy of, and Eris, which I have a ton of copies of. So these are 4 characters that you can farm in the campaign. You can see here in the Durham Forest, there's a couple of, it's like 2% chance every time you run one that you're going to get her to drop. And you need to get these 4 characters from the various campaign missions, or I guess through random pulls of the Mystery Shards or Ancient Shards. And then you're going to need to take them to level 30, ascend them to 3 purple, and then you can fuse them to make Justiciar. Now, I would not do this until you're on the step for the Arbiter mission to do this, because I'm almost certain, and somebody can please correct me in the comments down below, that if you fuse it early, it does not actually count for the mission. I am almost sure that I did this and I screwed it up and I had to fuse them again. And that's why I have 2 of them, because I screwed it up. So make sure that you're aware of that. And then there is going to be another one in another mission in the Arbiter line that makes you fuse for Relic Keeper. Now, unfortunately, I don't think that Relic Keeper is a very good character. Frankly, I don't think Justiciar is really that good of a character either. It's just they're kind of making you do that. It's an extra. Honestly, what I don't like is that his buffs. Sure, you get like 4 turns of a buff for increased attack, but it's just to himself. It's kind of, he's pretty selfish. He does do 40% aura in campaign battles. Like, that's not very good. And I really don't like his kit. His kit's kind of pretty garbage. So he is not a very good character, and I just wanted to point that out as well. You do need these 3 other characters, of course, to fuse with to get Relic Keeper. So these are characters that you're just going to have to, you can't farm them. These are characters that you're just going to have. Oh, actually, you can. Sorry, my bad. I didn't know you could, actually. Catacombs of Narbuk for Sorceress. Okay. And then, oh yes, they are actually my mistake. You can actually, they're all campaign farmable. I forgot. Okay, so scratch what I just said. And then you need to take them up to 40 purple 4. So in order to do that, to fuse up the Relic Keeper. Now the second one, I've had this question a little bit. Is Broadmaw worth it? Right. So he is of the Lizardman faction, support character here. And the way that you get him is by fusing these 2 characters here, which is a result of these greens, which you'll honestly pick up just by opening mystery shards. Like you'll eventually find them, or they'll be in the store, right? In the regular store that you could buy them in there. And then you can fuse to get these 2 characters here, Arbalister, and I have 2 of these guys actually, probably from Void Shards. I forget his name because I can't even click on it without it telling me. This troll guy, right? And then the other 2 that you need to fuse Broadmaw, they're only available in the Tag Arena store. So, or Void Shard. I haven't managed to randomly pull them, but Huntress here and Bloodhorn, it says only that it is Void Shard. That is incorrect. So if you do go into the markets and you go into the bazaar, you can actually find them down here, and you can find their fragments at, I believe you get 10 for 150. So you could get them for 1,500 gold bars for both of them to summon to do that if you so desire. But I guess the question is he worth it? Right? Is Broadmaw worth? I don't have him yet, actually, myself. So he does give 33% defense in Lizardman faction crypts, so that's something, right? Does revive 2 dead allies and gives them a block damage buff for 1 turn if you need it. So I think his biggest usage will be faction crypts. I don't think you're going to really use them just in general places. I think it would be primarily in faction crypts. He does put a 30% crit rate buff and speed up buffs and turn meter for 50. So this part might be good, but he doesn't heal really. He does have a chance to put a freeze debuff on, and being an epic character, I'm definitely not going to give him epic books. So this would probably be the biggest reason that you might want to have him. Now, my Lizardman faction is downright garbage for me, and I'm 4 months in. It's absolutely trash. I'm actually thinking about it, honestly, about whether or not I want to do it. It's kind of, I'm on the fence. I'm kind of just wishing I get like a good Lizardman pull, but I have like absolute garbage for my list. I have a couple of epics. I have like 2 epics, and then like Jizzo times 2. And I do have Venomage, which is probably my best character, honestly, in the Lizardman faction. But otherwise, it's not very good. I got like a lot of trash, and I'm highly contemplating replacing one of my existing characters to you. This guy's okay. Broodlord's okay. And this new guy is okay. Slixus Stripe Hide I pulled recently, but Jizzo's sucks, and I don't want 2 Jizzos, so can't even say it with a straight face. And for that reason, I may look into getting Broadmaw. It's not that difficult to do, but you're only going to really use them in Lizardman faction crypt. So if this is something that you could use, then by all means, go for that. Now, thirdly, I want to talk about Raisin, because Raisin is someone that a lot of people have asked me questions about as well, because he basically requires 16 rares. And these are characters that you might be picking up when you're summoning your mystery shards, quite rarely, or because rares are rare there, or your ancient shards, which you're going to get quite frequently about as well. And I am missing 3 characters for Raisin. So I need this guy, the Wanderer, I need Channeler, and I need Spikehead. These are the 3 characters I'm missing. Otherwise, I have saved all of them and put them in the Master Vault so I don't accidentally consume them to get the 4 epics here. And I never randomly pulled any of these because I think you can as well. So you could randomly pull these epics, but I just haven't done so on any of them to get yourself Raisin. But again, like I said about Relic Keeper, you do want to make sure that you're waiting to the right time to do this. And this is going to be in the Romantu missions, which is basically I'm coming up on, because you can see the mission here. Use Raisin Scarhide. So I want to make sure that I'm on this mission before I actually do it, but I am still missing the characters in order to get them anyway, so there's not much I can do about that. As far as what he does, though, I really like this part. And he's a Lizardman! I was just saying I need Lizardman characters, so this is absolutely going to replace my Jizzo times 2. I'll probably get rid of both of them, frankly, and get the other epic, and do this when I get closer and I'm able to actually fuse him, because it decreases turn meter by a whopping 100%. The only problem is it's on a seriously high cooldown, so I don't know what you're going to be able to do about that unless you have the right characters to do that. I've seen him in Arena, maybe for this, right, just to use this one time in Arena, because typically things are over in a turn or 2. So if you're able to do this ability, then it might not matter what else the rest of his stuff does. He's basically just, you're going to be getting high speed and accuracy just so he can land this. So then you kind of like screw him with, that you screw the team with the rest of your characters, right, that are going to, the 100% turn meter is just insane. So there might be some value here on that in the Arena front. I'm curious what, it doesn't have the game modes for him, but I would imagine that it's going to be in Faction Crypts and Arena. That's where you're going to get the most value, because some of the other stuff in his kit just really isn't significantly valuable, and the cooldowns are just very long as well. And then you can see that his aura is also arena based. So that's Raisin Scarhide. Recently, Lady Mikage had a event that you could basically summon, you know, for like a week long or something, where you could summon the various characters related to the fusion here. But I didn't bite. As far as what I have Lo Quain. I think this is Lo Quain, right? I'm pretty sure that's what his name is. And then I don't have this guy, Weregrand's Sun Curse, but I do have 3 out of 4 of the rares that I need, but I do need Centurion. Maybe one day I will pull him out of a Void Shard. I have only 1 of the 8 epics required for these characters, so I'm not looking too good on Lady Mikage, but I really like this because it is one free to play, you know, over a long term, I guess, unless you get super lucky, that you can get a mythical free to play in this way, that you can kind of just use your own character this way. I think I talked about Lady Mikage in a separate video, so I'm not going to go into full details here. The other things I want to talk about is the Fragment summons. Now, Mother Maud, or Maud for short. Now, this is a character that you're going to be able to get, and I mentioned this in other videos recently, and the way that you get shards for her is by converting fragments from other characters into Mother Maud's chest. So essentially, like the fusion that's ongoing right now, right, or the fragment fusion, Ishiyama. So my intent here is to basically dump the Ishiyama fragments into Mother Maud's chest. You can see the conversion here is that for any time there's you know, an epic fragment character that's temporary, then you can exchange 5 of those for 1 point, which basically means, and you need 5 points for a chest. So 25 fragments from an epic will get you 1 chest, but 5 points from a legendary character will give you 1 chest. So, I mean, I have like 25 points for Ishiyama right now, 25 fragments, and that's 5 Mother Maud's chests, and every chest has a chance to reward 1. Unfortunately, it's only 1 item, so it's not a super high rate. But you can see here that you could get a chance of, like, you know, legendary books. You can get a feast in here as well, right? So there's some pretty good stuff in here. And 1 to 3 fragments of Mother Maud. Now, it's slow. I can't remember. Who did I convert? I think I converted Esme the Dancer. I think I converted her fragments into Mother Maud's chest, and I managed to get about 10 from that. So it is a slow grind, and it's like kind of like a consolation prize, sort of. But she's a very, very, very good character, and I would love to have her. So that's kind of what I'm working on there. For Archmage Helmet, this is something that you're going to get out of Doom Tower Normal. So you may have noticed that in the secret rooms, that basically you go into Doom Tower and you go into normal mode specifically, and these SRs, these secret rooms that you're going to be working on, and these have a variety of different requirements here, and that's where you're going to get your shards for Archmage Helmet, and once every rotation, you're going to be able to clear hopefully a set number of these rooms, and you get 3 fragments every time you do that. And he's the first character that you get when it comes to Doom Tower. Once you get Archmage Helmet, for me, it's going to be next rotation, hopefully there. Then you're going to move on, I believe, the second character that you can get from basically doing the exact same thing. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe it's Dark Kale. I think that he is the second character that you get. After that, I'm pretty sure, or is it Akoth? Does it tell me that somewhere, actually? You know, is there somewhere in Doom Tower? I thought I saw it before, I just can't quite remember. Maybe I saw it on the web as far as the fragments where it goes there. No, okay. I thought there was a place that actually told me these kinds of things. Maybe not. Nope, I guess not. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's either Akoth or Dark Kale, but that's what happens is basically once you get Archmage Helmet, then you go down the list of characters in Doom Tower, and that's what keeps it relevant for a little while. And honestly, I don't know how many. There's quite a few characters in here. I'm not sure how many of these. There's at least 5 or 6, right? So it's going to take you a while before you actually get all of these characters. I know Helmet is the first one. Now, on the legendary side of things, the first character that you're going to be farming is going to be Thea, right? So this is the one that I've been collecting. I haven't done so many of these rooms, though, in Doom Tower hard mode, and you're going to get Thea the Tomb Angel here as one of those characters. And I think she's decent. I mean, she has AoE Hex. This is pretty interesting. Damage increases by 50% for each Hex debuff on the enemy team up to 300%. So you're going to get the Hex through the basic attack, actually. So she's attacking randomly, and she puts Hexes on random characters. So definitely better, I think, on AoE type attack, like kind of wave clearing, or bosses that have multiple targets would be really good. Might be decent on Hydra, I don't know. Has a 50% chance of placing a True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn when an enemy loses 30% or more of their max HP. So probably better for wave clearing, that kind of stuff. Might have some value in Arena as well. I mean, there you go. And places a perfect Veil buff on this champion for 3 turns, but then grants an extra turn for free. So this is a free, basically a free skill, essentially. So going into from this, going into the either the basic or the AoE there, and also has a 30% attack aura in all battles, which honestly is pretty nice as well. So a pretty cool character there. And then from there, I don't remember who the second character is after that. I'll be honest, I don't remember. And I'm not sure if it entirely tells you exactly when you click on them in terms of the info. I don't know if it tells you which one. I mean, it tells you get them from Doom Tower, but I just don't remember the exact order of the legendary characters. Now, some other things that I do want to talk about, though, is going to be in the markets, but it's going to be in the bazaar in the form of Drexlar Blood Twin. Now, hopefully you're picking this up every single day as well, or at least when you're able to do this, right? When you remember to pick them up. This is something that I've been working on myself. I'm almost there. I'm at 73. I'm getting a lot closer. What I would do is that when you do get to 100, that you do save him to open up during a fusion event. Because like I mentioned when it came to Eodix Artor, who's kind of sitting in the summoning portal as well, that you can get a lot of bonus points for summoning legendary characters during particular events. Not the summon rush events, but I believe the champion chase events. These that are required for fusion events is going to give you a lot of significant points towards those. So that's something that I would do. There is a few other characters that I want to mention as well really quickly here. There's Yannicka, who you can also buy in the store, and Yakarl, who I recently started doing as well. These are pretty nice characters for the exact same reason. That'll help you complete fusion events a little bit quicker. You're going to find them in your clan shop here. So you're going to find fragments for Yannicka and Yakarl here. But Yakarl requires level 9 clan, and I believe Yannicka is level 6. I think maybe even a little bit lower than that. I think it's maybe, I can't remember the exact level, but that's why I have a lot more Yannicka than Yakarl, because I've been building up my clan and we finally hit level 9, and now I can start buying these fragments here. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this. I try to get both of them purchased every single week. So that's what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my 5 fragments. It is still going to take you a fair bit of time, because even once you start unlocking this, it is going to take you about, you know, what is that, 125 20 weeks, right? You're getting 5 shards every week, so 20 weeks. So this is not going to be a quick endeavor by any means. You know, this is still going to take you like what, 4 or 5 months for you to be able to do that. But again, it's going to be something that's going to be helpful for when you're doing these fusion events. Some of them are pretty decent characters, Yannicka's of the Hyle faction. So if you need some other legendaries to do that, but definitely Yakarl is one of the better ones, I think. Part of the Barbarian faction there. He has some really good AoE attacks here, which could be some good nuking capabilities for faction crypts and other things like that as well. And the last one I want to talk, the last few that I want to talk about is Mithrala. I'm not going to go into big details here, but Mithrala is a character that you're going to be picking up through the Hydra event we talked about in a previous video when we were talking about affinity bonuses and why I thought that getting for the Hydra was because this is the most challenging to break into. I'm sitting on 34 fragments of that, so that's not too bad so far with my less than 4-month account. And then Empress, who you're going to be picking up, another free-to-play slow grind that you're going to be getting through Chimera. Now I'm at 28 out of 100. I'm getting about 2 or 3 fragments every single week on that one. And then about Mithrala is anywhere from like 3 or 4 shards. Is that what I'm getting about every single week as well. So some characters there. Quintus is from Live Arena. That's also very slow as well. I'm not going to really spend too much time talking about that. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Saoirse is for spending money. So I don't want to talk about that either. Lamasu through Sieges, which takes even longer. And the other ones are related to largely Doom Tower. So just a bit of overview that I just, you know, some people have asked me questions about this, and I wanted to talk about this in today's video so you guys can have a better understanding of where you get the characters and what kind of value that these characters have. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Before we go, I do want to remind people, of course, that if you haven't already, make sure that you download using the QR code in the top right or in the description down below to get yourself a free legendary Elenerol and 2 free epics, Rector. Sorry, not it used to be Rector Joth, Tagor, and Ugo. I slipped up a little bit there. And of course, don't forget to get yourself a Supreme Gallic by using the promo code Supreme6 within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. Whether or not you're a new player, or you are a returning player, or you are someone who started a brand new account, an alt account. That's quite popular in Raid Shadow Legends as well. So that's going to be the end of this video, everyone, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.